What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to DFG Podcast 019. I am End Time, your host, and with me, as always, my brother from another mother. It's Jay, Dark Dad 99. What's going on, Jay? Talk to these people.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a while since I've appeared. Since y'all seen me your video looking like some kind of drunk hobo.
well, not tonight. Not on video tonight, so we ain't gonna have to suffer through that then. Looking like a drunk hobo. What's going on, brother? What's going on? This quarantine is driving you mad? What's up?
Man, hey, look, what I need to shave for?
What you need to shave for? Come on, brother. You never know, man.
What am I supposed to look good for? Sid Vicious out here?
I don't know, brother.
I can't do it, man.
Man, so brother's looking rough. I know that I saw Hobby the other day and he was looking rough for a minute, but he cleaned up pretty good after like about a month or something. So yeah, man. So Jake, what's up, man? Talk to me, man. What's going on? The fam all right? You doing all right?
Well, in the mid of all this carnage and stupidity run off by the world, we're doing okay. It's lots of cleaning. But when you do this for a while, you get bored. You go crazy.
Yeah, man.
And we do the one thing that us know how to do on this platform is pick up a controller and lose yourself.
Yeah, man. We can always and I'm thankful. Let's start off by saying something we thankful for. And if you guys are catching us, whether this is on a replay on mixer.com/endtime, that's XENDXTIMEX, or over on YouTube at Drama Free Gaming, leave something in the comments. What are you thankful for? I want to look at the silver lining. What have you been doing, or what have you realized probably that you didn't realize before because, we were running around with with our heads cut off like chickens and,
Right.
But now that life has slowed down dramatically, it can't all be bad. I mean, I've seen a lot of good, man. So what are you thankful for? At least some comments out there. Jay, what are you thankful for, man?
Man, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm actually, first of all, thankful to be here, even though the times are stupid. But I'm thankful for the togetherness that I've built with even more family and friends that I normally had. These times truly let you know who's there and who's not.
Yeah.
And I know it's a dose of hard reality for me to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's times are tough, and the only way you can get through it, you got to have a strong spirit and a strong mind. Because you can always make your body stronger. That's fine, but with all the negative that's coming out of this, possible crisis, there has been a lot of positive, as you said. And I hope that people learn to don't take everything for granted. Be humble about what you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't have to be a superstar or basketball player to enjoy life.
Right.
And hopefully you guys have found that during these long, tough times.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely thankful for just, the opportunity of another day. I've gotten to have my kids near me. They're all almost all of them except for one are grown. But it's good to have them around, and, I try to talk to my daughter and my sons and, just connect with them, because I know once everything goes back to normal, whenever that is, they're going to be out and about doing their thing, going to school, boyfriends, girlfriends, life in general. And it's just an opportunity again, guys, to, maybe might not have your family close to you. Maybe, like in my case, my mom is in a whole other state, but I've been calling her more often, and just touching base and making sure she's all right. And, we've had some pretty good conversations and just trying to keep each other's spirits up. And sometimes, sometimes people need to hear words, and sometimes they just want you to be an ear. And, I think that plays both ways. So Jay, last time we spoke, I know you were telling me you was either involved or wrapping up Resident Evil 3, right?
Okay,
Well,
so
what's the deal? Talk to me about
well,
that.
to pick up where the conversation left off, we were talking about it. I've beaten Resident Evil 3 twice since we've last
Man,
talked.
you've been hitting that hard.
Not really. I mean, Resident Evil 3 is an absolutely great game. But the only gripe I have with it is pretty much the same thing everybody else is griping about. The
Okay, what's
game's
that?
the game's too short.
Oh, the game is too short. Okay, how's
Oh,
that? Like when you say short, how many hours you talking about?
I would say you don't play Resident Evil. You wouldn't even be a casual. You'd be a complete newbie.
Yeah, because
I
I've
would
never
say
played it.
I would say you could pick up RE3 right now and probably beat it in 6 hours.
If I played it through.
If you played it through, you could probably take your time and beat it in 6 hours.
Okay.
The first time I beat the game, I beat it in 5.5. The second time I reduced it from 5.5 to 3.
And that's just you like burning through everything, huh?
Yeah, I mean, once you learn they call it routing.
Okay.
Once you learn, where everything is and what's going to come out, how enemies going to act, you can work your way through it. Once again, speedrunners have great things to show you in video games, guys. Learn some of their strategies. They know what they're talking about.
Okay.
So,
But you
go
have
ahead.
familiarity with it, right? And do you think that's because, and maybe this is a stupid question, but the content that they removed in this remake, does that play a big role? I mean, how much content do you think they removed in
Well,
time wise?
they took away a couple of things. They took away the clock tower, which
Okay.
Carlos walked Jill to the clock tower, dropped her off, and then he went to the hospital. So that was the original PlayStation version.
Okay.
And a lot of people were like, well, they didn't do the clock tower scene. And there was a nemesis fight there too. But
Okay.
they kind of changed it a little bit.
All right.
But I get what they're trying to do. It's they took away some things, like they took away a puzzle that you had to like measure out some DNA, and it was probably one of the most annoying, hardest things to do in Resident Evil 3. That's no longer there.
Okay.
So like they made some changes for the good, changes for the bad. Overall, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, I'm probably going to play it a third time on a more
Okay.
difficult level.
Okay.
So overall rating for me out of a 10, I'd easily give it a 90.
Okay. Okay. I
I'd
mean,
even give
and we kind of, and I was kind of messing with you the last time on the last podcast, if you
Yeah.
guys hadn't caught that, that Jay just loves this series. So, his bias and all that other stuff. So maybe the game's really like an 8, but he says a 9.
Whoa,
so
come on, man. Why you got to downplay it like that?
just
man?
put it out there. I mean, if you hear he's played it 3 times, and I mean, putting it on a higher difficulty, is that gonna give you like more weapons, more stuff? Like, what's the deal now that making you go back through it?
Well, just to see now, let's just see if I can beat it faster. Once you
Okay.
beat the game, you unlock what's called the shop,
Mhm.
and they give you special weapons, extra items that you can deal more damage or take less damage or heal
Okay.
faster. I mean, it's cool things you can do. Unlock, and not to mention, for those trophy hunters out there, you can get the platinum. I'm playing on the PlayStation, so it's a platinum trophy.
Okay.
So I think, isn't it platinum on Xbox too?
No. See, that's how long you've been off Xbox.
Yeah. See, why you gotta rub it in like that though? Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not like achievements and stuff. I'm not even gonna tell you, so you can go back and jump on the Xbox and find out what it is. But anyways, so playing Resident Evil 3, what's next for you? Because obviously, I mean, what I've been playing the most has been Animal Crossing. That's what I've been playing. Yeah, man. I know, like, no shame in my game. I'm playing
Hey,
Animal
look.
Crossing, and actually I purchased Wonder Boy on the Switch, caught it on a deep sale, so
What is Wonder Boy?
oh, you gotta go look it up. It's on sale also, I think, still through Microsoft. So check it out, man. It's an old school game, but they made it like brand new as well.
Okay.
And picked it up. It's a platformer. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into that here eventually if I can get away from Animal Crossing. So I'm just here in my inventory now. Jay, so what are you looking forward to play next? What's on the horizon for you?
Well, there are two major RPGs that I will get, and that is Persona 5 Royale on the PlayStation 4, and of course, Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Okay.
So those are on the horizon.
And that's
sometime.
like how soon are we talking about here?
2-3 weeks maybe. I'm still catching up on some games.
Okay.
That I got to go back to the Xbox for.
Okay.
And I got to finish beating Mega Man 11. I got to finish beating Mighty Number 9. I got to knock out Dead Space. I got to finish Dead Space 1. And I got like 9 games. I'm still in the middle of Shadow of War.
Man, so you're just like, you're all over the place, huh? You've really been just that new feature on the Xbox Series X is gonna serve you well because you can just, you know, really like what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? You can stop a game or pause a game and freeze it in that state of play and then just move to the next game. So that would be a feature you would probably be using if you was playing everything on Xbox.
That's true. And speaking of Xbox, what have you heard down the pipeline or any good information upon the coming new system or system?
Well, I'm kind of like done talking about the systems until there's actually something new to talk about. What I'm excited about, though, is, and I mentioned it in the previous podcast, May is supposed to be a big month, May and June, for Xbox. They're going to have some digital reveals. I think they're going to show the Lockhart, codename Lockhart. People are naming it Xbox Series S, which is going to be the cheaper model, but it's going to be better than the Xbox One X. Of course, because of the new hardware. So I'm excited about that. And of course, games. I'm hearing Fable is going to be shown, and maybe some more Halo Infinite. So we'll see. We'll see what's coming up, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me you've heard the same.
I haven't been keeping up with the system.
PlayStation gotcha.
No.
He said he's not a fanboy, but he crossed over.
Look, I'm not a fanboy. Once again, I will reiterate.
Man.
I am a gamer. I play games on all platforms. I do not discriminate. A good game is a good game.
Yeah, we know.
Why miss out?
We know, but he's been away from the Xbox like I've been away from the Xbox on my Switch and on this Animal Crossing. So
yeah. See, there was a time, ladies and gentlemen, I was begging this brother to get on some Monster Hunter, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be there. That dude was just like, you just hear the chickens, just the crickets chirping.
Yeah.
Brother looking around like, well, this game over here though.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about Animal Crossing and my impression, and it's the type of game, for me at least, the game loop is there, and it's real chill. And I just find myself just entertained, and I think I'm in one of those spaces right now where I really just don't want to do anything unless the guys get together, which I hear crickets because people talk about, oh yeah, we're gonna get together on Friday, we're gonna play, yada yada yada, and then it's like chirp, 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 and it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, on a Friday night? Like, what's up? Or they
Man.
tell me, or I hear, yeah, I'll be on at 10. Because some people watching wrestling, Nate, Paco. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say how it is, you know? And then you want to jump on like at 10:15, 10:30, yawning, passing out. I'm like, I ain't going to play with you at that time. Nah, later for you, man. Nope.
Now, you remember back in the day when we were all playing Paladins, and by the way, there is an old channel with us playing Paladins.
Man, the videos are up. They're there. I've gone back to some of them old videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we've come a long way. But
brother,
you know what? I even doubt that these brothers out here in my DFG community that I've like worked so hard to like, you know, try to touch bases every morning with people. I don't hear nobody out there except for like shout out to Mangry Gamer, Almost Sleek, and Dusty are like the only ones that I see posting anything on the Discord, which I'm about to pop a link on if you guys are interested. You know, I try to engage people, but you know, I understand people are going through their things. I don't know what the circumstances and situations are, but I try to like reach out at least in the morning and say, hey, what's going on? Good morning. But you guys are terrible on this group chat that we have. Yeah, guys are terrible. You saw how I put out a text right here before I started launching the podcast, and I'm going on a rant. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going on a rant. I can do that. You know, I'm like, what's going on, people? I'm going on a podcast. Don't say I didn't invite you. Chirp. And it's like, what, 10? It just turned 11 right now. It was like 10:30 when I put that out. And I was like, come on, man. Come on.
I'm here.
Yeah, no, I know you here. I know. But, you know, it's just like chirp all day. It's just like, it's okay. You know, and then when they ask me later on, like, oh, man, you know, I wanted to jump on. I wanted to chill. I'm so bored and this and that. I'm like, well, I invited you and you ain't responding time. So anyways, for you guys watching, it's me playing this Animal Crossing game. And yesterday I took the time to like, I've organized my trees. So I got some spacing and it's all good, brother. Man.
All right, hold on now. I know absolutely nothing about Animal Crossing. All I know is you can build an island, you can make it your own, and it's a good. So explain to me and to those who don't know nothing about Animal Crossing.
I'm gonna give you the short. I'm gonna give you the short and sweet on this. Animal Crossing is like VR. You gotta play it and experience it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
You ain't getting it. You ain't
getting
man.
Animal Crossing. I mean, hey, if you guys don't know about Animal Crossing, you want to know my impressions. First time player of Animal Crossing, DFG podcast 018, and obviously Jay hasn't heard it, so because he would know.
You know what?
But he's been on PlayStation playing Resident Evil.
Wait, I know you ain't all talking, this other stuff. Oh man, let me
busting your chops, man. I'm gonna bust your chops.
But hey, all right, guys, I gotta step off for a minute. I'm getting a call.
All right, brother. That's cool. Cool.
I'll be right back.
That's cool. So anyway, guys, you know, I'm just here. Just got an addition to the house.
Hello, man.
And whatchamacallit, I just muted Jay because he forgot to mute himself. So hopefully when he jumps back in, he sends me a text or something, and I know what he's doing. But anyways, been playing Animal Crossing, got a new addition to the house, visited Dusty, one of the guys in our community, visited his island. Lots of fun, just having a lot of fun. But when Jay comes back, want to talk about this. He mentioned what about Xbox, and I talked about the upcoming announcements here coming in May. So that's just about a week or two off, and that's gonna be great. I'm hoping that they show some games, because at this point, guys, I'm really ready for some games. And even though PlayStation has still to show their console, at this point, you know, I'm like, whatever. You show it whenever you want to show it, whenever you're ready. You do whatever you're gonna do. But if you show me some games, if Xbox turns around and shows me some games, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy to just enjoy the games that Xbox will be showing. And let's see, depending on this reveal, which they're almost like 100% that they're going to show something on Fable, the worst kept secret. Who knows? Maybe I might go back and play. Sorry about that. My dog who's in my room decided like to scratch the floor now, and I've yet to get this this thing that I ordered. Things are just delayed now because of all this mess that we're going on. But I ordered this like a shield to put around my mic so I can just deafen the sound out a bit. But yeah. But games is what I'm ready for, and PlayStation is, I don't know, whatever it is that they're gonna do here eventually. Oh man, I gotta run, get to the museum. I learned if I run to the museum, I'm good. Go. Ah, in case y'all didn't know, that's all you gotta do to escape. Either that or have your net equipped. Oh, and I just checked to see if on the Discord, if Jay was still up. Jay, if you hear me, send me a text so that I know you're ready to talk, because I got you muted. So yeah, guys, PlayStation and the news, when you catch this, other people have been talking about it. PlayStation has already announced that they're going to make a limited amount of PlayStation 5s for their launch, and that's going to be a problem, because if they release holiday 2020, as both PlayStation and Xbox have been talking about, if you're gonna get a PlayStation 5, if that's what you're in the market for, if that's what interests you, get ready, because they said there's only gonna be about 5 million available. And so how many we're gonna get here in the States, and there's gonna be people that are gonna take like full advantage, purchase a couple of them, and then try to sell them like on eBay or wherever it is that they sell them, and try to get double and triple the money for those who must have the machine day one. I'll tell you guys, personally, I'm not going to get the PlayStation 5. I've already made that decision. Not at launch. There's not anything that I see at launch that I want to play. On the other hand, I will be getting an Xbox Series X, and that's because, again, I have all my friends on this system, and I have a PlayStation 4, and I still got games that I know run perfectly well on the PlayStation 4 Pro, to be exact. And so I don't feel the need to spend money on both Xbox Series X and the PlayStation. And like I said, the ecosystem for the Xbox, that's my preferred platform. And as you can see, by just playing Animal Crossing, Nintendo has been my go-to just because of this game. I picked up Zelda, Link's Awakening, I believe is the name of the game. Just came out here recently, and I'll be playing that in a little bit as well. So I got plenty to play, but the PlayStation is going to be in high demand. And from what we've been hearing, $500, if they decide they're going to drop a minimum amount of consoles, then I can see them in the beginning dropping it at $5. People are going to run and purchase it, because that's what's going to happen. The early adopters like myself, that I'm going to pick up a Series X, we're early adopters. We're going to go out and pay that $500. And maybe later on, maybe after that first wave, they will bring the price down. Who knows? I just know that I'm not picking one up. Series X, yes. PlayStation 5, not at launch, but later on, definitely will be picking it up. So that's just, my thought on that. But I mean, look at what's going on now with the Nintendo Switch. There's like none of them. There's no Nintendo Switch that you can pick up now at the sound of my voice on this podcast. Nintendo Switch, if you go look, Best Buys, GameStop, Walmart, wherever they sell, systems and stuff, it is completely sold out. And if you see a Switch Lite comes in a package deal, and I've seen some of those for like ridiculous price. Again, because supply and demand. And Nintendo, I don't know. I don't know if they're in any rush to put out any other consoles, any more Switch. But yeah, everybody has gone out, and for a game like this, like Animal Crossing, they've gone out and purchased Switch Lites and the Switch, the OG Switch and the Switch 2.0, and they're sold out everywhere. But you see people trying to, scalpers out here trying to sell a machine that's only, $299 for $600 or more. I've seen the this Animal Crossing edition for like $700. Crazy. That's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And so, if you can snatch up a Switch when you see it, do it. Pick it up. But I wouldn't tell you to pay, more than its original price. Like, to be honest with you guys, it's not worth it. It is not worth it at all. But that's kind of like the scenario that PlayStation is creating. And there's rumors, and again, there's rumors and there's talk that Sony did not anticipate, nor are they ready really for the release of a console here in 2020. I'm going to keep my personal opinion to myself. What I'm going to say is that, these companies, they plan way ahead of time. So I don't know. I take all these opinions with a grain of salt, a big grain of salt. And I just think that maybe the move for them is to put out whatever they can, when they can. How they're going to price it is going to be, in my opinion, how Xbox is going to price their console. And we'll see. We'll see. I hope at the end of the day that it benefits us, the consumer, the gamer. And, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, especially now in May and in June with these digital events, because E3's been canceled for both PlayStation. I don't know if PlayStation is going to do something or not. I'm assuming that they will. But Xbox is definitely going to be putting out these digital events. And I think they're just going to be pushing full steam ahead. But show us some games. I want to see some games. I want to see some heavy hitters. Something that I can look forward to. And I think we got Jay back. Jay, you back with us?
I am 100%
All right, cool.
back with you.
I saw the text pop up. So yeah, so I just been chatting here and just talking about, and I want to get your feedback on. You've heard news on how PlayStation has already said that they're going to release about 5 million PS5 consoles, and that's it. That's what they're gonna release, at least until the end of their fiscal year, which I think it's March 2021.
That's usually how it usually goes. When Xbox came out, there was a shortage. Every system launched, there's always a shortage, and then you get, a major supply hitting. That's why people tell you never buy the first batch of systems. Those are the ones that always come up with the major problems.
Right. Well, and I agree. You're taking a risk If you are an early adopter, I remember picking up the Xbox One X, the Scorpio edition. I actually picked it up when they announced it. I reserved it. And what am I doing? And whatchamacallit, when I did get it, my system was one of those that had the issues, you might say. But I had got that warranty because I get warranty on expensive purchases like electronics. And I was able to just take it back and get another one. But yeah, you're right about that. But the thing here, Jay, is that we're talking about 5 million for a worldwide release, where
Well,
I think for the first quarter, I don't have the numbers in front of me or something, but for the holiday of 2013 was when PlayStation 4 came out, the same time
yeah.
as Xbox. Just for like holiday, I think that first quarter there was like close to 8 million, and there was a shortage. So
Yeah,
this
it's
is
gonna
gonna be an issue. 5 million worldwide.
no,
You don't think so?
no. All it's gonna be is the first 5 million people are gonna get it. You're gonna have a small shortage. This is not the first time this has happened.
Right.
So people, hold on. It's a material thing. Sony will push them out. You might not get them on the release, but you also remember, I can understand if the system was dropping with 30 games never to be seen, but that ain't gonna happen. So just be patient. You'll get
Right.
yours.
Right. And
Don't
that was
whine.
kind of like my point as well. Like I said to these people out here, I said, I'm not picking up a PlayStation 5 launch. I might wait and see until 2021, whatever time that is in 2021, when something comes out on there that I go, oh, I have to play this game. Like this is gonna be the game that causes me to go buy a PlayStation 5. For example, like God of War. God of War, when it came out on the PlayStation 4, that caused me to run out and purchase a PS4.
See, I'm in the
So,
middle of playing that on PlayStation too.
oh, in the midst of like your 100 games that you playing,
Yeah.
man.
Hey man, it ain't like I ain't got the spare time.
Well, I hear you, brother. I mean, more power to you. But but yeah, I just been thinking here, and I said to myself, I'm gonna be one of those early adopters, getting that Xbox Series X, because that's just me, that's just me. And I know that there could be issues, hopefully not, but there could be issues with the box. But you're not gonna see me pay $1 more over the price that it releases at, because there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna take advantage and buy up 2, 3, 4 consoles, 4 PlayStation 5s or Xbox Series X, and then they're gonna try to turn around and make $1.
Well,
I'm not with that.
they did it with the classic PlayStation. They did it with the Switch. They did it with
The Wii?
The Wii.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
what happened? It only lasted about 3 to 4 months, and then the companies pushed out systems so hard and so fast that everything people had, it killed the value of it. So
Yeah.
just wait. You ain't missing nothing.
Well, it's easy to say wait, especially when, if you're already an early adopter, if you got to be on the cutting edge, if you're just like, oh, I ain't got no patience, this and that, then you're gonna run out and get that machine. I mean, and I'm not criticizing. I'm just talking from a place of just my own experience. I'm just saying that people be careful and don't get taken advantage of, and pay twice as much for, a box.
Common sense, ladies and gentlemen. Common sense.
So I mean,
People
that's just my take.
People gonna try to get over.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is to use your head. Don't be stupid, and wait. It's the easiest thing to do.
Well, hey, it's tell the fat kid to wait for a slice of cake.
I don't know, man. I got a little bit of heft to me, and Chocolate cake ain't the first thing I'm running to.
I don't know, man. It might be cheesecake. I don't know. Whatever it may be. You know, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
why you got to throw cheesecake in the mix,
Cause
man? That ain't
cheesecake is
cool,
good.
man.
I like
Don't. I
cheesecake,
mean,
bro.
don't. I
I
mean,
like
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Cheesecake is good.
Cheesecake's
Grown,
good. No matter
grown man.
what time, what place, it's always right.
Well,
But
what kind of
anyway,
cheesecake though? I'm sorry.
straight up cheesecake, man. I mean, it can have some. It could be some New York style cheesecake. You know, the one with the strawberry on it. It's all good.
Also, you'll do a strawberry cheesecake with strawberry topping.
What do you mean, like strawberry cheesecake? No. Regular New York style cheesecake with strawberries.
This
Not no strawberry cheesecake. No. I want some regular flavored cheesecake. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, all cheesecake is regular flavor. They're not gonna have a.
Well, no, they got chocolate cheesecake and caramel swirl cheesecake. I mean, they make, it's like, do I gotta go there? It's like my coffee. It's black. That's it. I don't want to go down this,
Nah, I gotta have some cream in my coffee.
Yeah, we know about that. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But again, and I don't want to stay too long on the subject. Not like we have a lot to talk about, but like if you go out now to get a Nintendo Switch, whether that's Switch OG 2.0 Switch, the one that can dock, or Switch Lite, they're sold out everywhere.
Well, they said the Switch with the dock is the hardest one to get now.
Yeah. And have you seen what it's going for? Like, oh my goodness, bro! You don't want to know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe I do because I have a Switch with a dock.
Yeah, it's. I've seen it, going for $500-$600. The Animal Crossing one, going for like $700-$800. Just the themed one.
That don't make no sense.
It's crazy, brother. It's times we live in. But that's my point. That's what I was saying before about, you have, it's supply and demand. And so could this be a strategy that PlayStation is considering? Like, hey, we don't want to take a loss on our system. We didn't really think that it was going to be more than $500, the cost to build it. And so if we release it at $5, we don't have to lose or, take a loss on a console. So we release 5 million, create, supply and demand, because we're talking about over 100 million PlayStation sold, okay, for the PS4. So maybe it's part of the strategy. What do you think? Like, we release 5 million, release it at 500 a pop, and then maybe when that next wave comes out, we can catch everybody else at 450.
Nah.
No? You don't think so?
Okay. Sony not gonna do that because,
that'd be messed up. That's what it'd be.
I want to go back to this thing you said, supply and demand. What it is we'll supply what you need, but we demand you be stupid.
Well, Jay, I know you're opinionated. I'm not going to try to change you. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think that people are stupid. It's just that people, the adoption rate for things, there's some of us, we're on the bleeding edge. We're in a position that maybe, we have that cash flow like that we can go and get the latest and greatest day one. Like, we're there.
And I ain't mad at you.
And then there's the people that want that and will do everything in their power. And that's what I think is stupid. If you're sacrificing like food on the table, paying your bills, then you're stupid. But, the opposite of that is that, the hardcore is going to go get it. And I think that there's more than 5 million hardcore PlayStation gamers out there.
I agree.
And that's gonna be crazy.
Well, gamers are gamers. People are going to buy what they want to buy and play what they want to play. Ladies and gentlemen, we always preach that here. It's your money. You buy what you're going to like. regardless of what I gotta say, regardless of what End Time has to say. Enjoy it, play it, live it. It's your money.
Yeah, no,
We
most
just giving
definitely.
you what we think, and trust me, we disagree a lot, and we like disagreements because it's the only way to have agreement. Because if you can't disagree on something, you can't really agree on anything.
I mean, let me ask you, Jay, what game would have to be launched with the PlayStation 5? Like, let me first ask you, are you considering picking up any of these next gen consoles day one?
No.
Okay, so then I don't even need to ask you. Well, I'll ask you the question this way then. What game would have to launch with either system, whether it's the Series X or the PlayStation 5, for you to say, oh, I got to get this system? And mind you, not sacrificing your firstborn, not having to, skip on a mortgage payment. What game would have to come out for either system?
For PlayStation 5, 100% backwards compatibility from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 4. 100%.
So day one, you would pick up a PlayStation 5 if that was a thing.
If that was a thing, day one, I wouldn't hesitate.
Okay.
For Xbox, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to get one regardless of the fact, because that's where everybody is that I play with. Because most of the people we play with, game with, all the brothers, they all got Xboxes. Mm-hmm. So more than likely, most of the time, law dictates we're going to go with what everybody else is playing, especially your friends.
Right.
So why wouldn't everybody get an Xbox that we play with?
I mean, I'm just honest, not just because you guys play and I have you guys there, but if I had to choose which one first, it's gonna be the Series X for me.
Down. I mean, if it was backwards compatibility with the PlayStation, if the PlayStation 5 offered that fully, it would no doubt in my mind I probably would buy a PlayStation first.
Okay.
Only because it's nostalgia for 1 through 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 4, great system, but PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, the nostalgia for the games there are second to none for me.
Okay. But there's no game that Xbox can release for you to say, I have to get that. Because I mean, the backwards compatibility, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but I will say this. If they just offered backward compatibility, but you had to purchase the games all over again, is that the route you're going to go?
Depending on the price, yes. I would be willing to do that.
You'd be willing to do that. Okay.
Depending on price.
Okay.
Like if you're saying certain PlayStation 2 games, this game will take Persona 3 fees, one of my favorite all-time RPGs. If they were reselling that game for $15.99 on PlayStation 5, I'd buy it without question. Because I know I'm going to play it and I know I'm going to love it.
Okay.
And I think that's what Sony ultimately, if Sony doesn't do, whether it be emulation, whether it be anything, if they don't do any kind of backwards compatibility, I think they're really, really stupid and missing out on a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that PlayStation has come late to the party, but they're at the party now and they realize, wait a minute, we have to make some sort of backwards compatibility available because we're losing out money. Like you just said, there's a handful of Xbox 360 games that I have repurchased, but I haven't paid more than the $9.99. Like for me, that's the sweet spot for me. Like I'm willing to pay for a game that I really want, $9.99. But more than that, no. I haven't found that game yet on this backwards compatibility, I just don't see myself doing that.
Well, like I said, it depends on the game. If there was a game that popped out that you like, oh my God, I can't believe they're bringing that back. You'd be dead on it.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even know if I even have a game like that. You know, like
Or
I don't know.
or let's say, for example, Sony got an exclusive contract, which this could happen, but this is only in theory. They were like, you can only get the new Monster Hunter on PlayStation 5. I guarantee you would buy one.
I mean, I did it for Destiny, like because they have the exclusive content, but it
I mean,
wasn't like.
I'm talking about full game. The only way you can play the new Monster Hunter would only be on PlayStation 5. Would you buy one?
I mean, that's the
And
game. That would be a game that would cause me to buy a PlayStation 5. Yes, if it came out launch, that would push me to hurry up and pick one up along with a Series X. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so everybody have different methods and motivations for buying a system. It's just what company is going to give you that spot to make you be like, yeah, that's what I'm waiting on right there to get my system.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
I'm not gonna buy a system I can't do nothing with.
right, right.
You know, that's just me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, you know, like you said, when games come out, when the new systems come out, I should say, um, there's really nothing new to play. You know, unless and I know that coming from like the Xbox, for me it's not a question of like there's nothing new to play. I mean, the new Halo's gonna be out. Let's see with these announcements now in May and June. Maybe Fable and a bunch of these games that you know, not the AAA games, but you know, these, I don't want to call them lower budget games, but that's what they are that come out. Yeah, there'll be some new stuff. They're not gonna be like AAA blockbuster hits, but I don't need those games like day one, to be honest. But I have a lot of games to play, even in my backlog.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. What are you gonna say?
Well, we all got a lot of games to play, but at the end of the day, what are we gonna get? Rehashes. You know, Sony's already talking about some new games on launch, but we really haven't seen any quote unquote gameplay, and that's what sells. And we can say all what we want. We really don't truly know what either one of these systems are going to be doing until they come out with it.
Yeah, which is another gripe of mine, Jay. Like, I think we're already in the technologically advanced era where we should not, as a consumer, be shown games, you know, with that are not ready to show gameplay. Like, I don't want to see CGI, you know, graphics. I don't want to see like the intro or a cutscene of a game. Like, show me a game when you have some actual gameplay running on the actual system.
That would be sweet, and I can understand you on that one.
Yeah,
But
because I mean, you know, we can all name games and whatever that we got hyped, and then it was like, oh, what happened to that game I saw, you know, a year or two ago? Oh, that's right, it wasn't running on the system. It was actually running on some high end computer, you know, in the back room somewhere. And I just, you know, I hope that with this generation now that they're going to be announcing games, and I'm talking about Xbox now, that they're actually going to be showing these games running on the hardware. That's what I'm excited for. I want to know, I want to see somebody with an Xbox Series X controller and the box in plain view playing the game on the system. That's what I want to see.
oh, you don't want to see the scripted.
I don't want to see the whole little disclaimer in the corner somewhere that it's like, you know, the opacity level is like 50, which you can hardly see it. And it says, you know, gameplay, you know, not actual gameplay or not running on actual hardware or whatever it is that it says.
Not actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Not an actual game trailer.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
a
yeah,
sub-
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, you know, this is not representative of the, you know, console version because, you know, they're playing it on some high-end computer. Again, you know, I think that we're past that era now. I want to think you know, with these next gen consoles. I really do. That's just my opinion. And so my my expectations are really tempered now. Like I've really curbed my expectations, and when I heard that Xbox is going to be doing these shows or whatever it is, these digital shows in place of E3, I was like, cool. I'll get excited when I see it. you know, that's just where
Yeah.
I'm coming from right now.
Well, and that's one thing, but these companies have been doing this for years, and all I can say is I hope they get it right, because I think I said it once in the podcast. This generation of system is probably going to be my final hurrah, because
Jay's gonna ride off into the sunset.
well, think about it. Most console game lives are about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 now,
Man.
and after once I'm 50, this new generation, I might pick up the sticks, with the kids just to reminisce.
This guy.
But I mean, as far as like being as avid as I am, you're gonna have to grow up and take a step back.
So I think I feel where you're coming from. I don't know if I'm going to or am ready to ride off into the sunset like you. But I've even seen my my gaming habits change over the years. I used to play a lot of first person shooters, and now to play a first person shooter and especially like to be online and stuff, like I don't have to play the Call of Duties, none of these games that require for you to like jump online and be in a big battle royale. Like for me, if you like that, that's cool. But look what I'm playing now, Animal Crossing. And I've gone back to even some retro gaming, which is like not even comfort food, but more like I appreciate it more now that I'm older and I actually can play the game and understand what the game is about. You know where I'm coming from with that? And do you see yourself
Yes, sir.
like, is that where you're at right now? And I don't think that's an age thing. I just think that's like you and I'm just using this as an analogy, as an example, because I don't drink, but it's like how they say, like, when you develop a taste for like fine wine and then you drink like the cheap stuff they sell at Walmart, you know the difference.
Yeah, that's true. Why do you think I retro game as hard as I do?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, retro gaming is what got me here. And there's some games to this day that are 8-bit or older that still tend to stand the test of time.
Right.
And people need to recognize.
Right.
And
Well,
I will always
good.
be the retro guy.
Yeah,
I will
and
always
and the retro for you might be, like for me would be NES, SNES. That for me is a retro. Sega.
Sega.
It still puts a smile on my face when I just load up a Sega game and I remember that, and you hear you were playing Sonic the other day and I was like, man, I remember that. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Sonic or anything, but that was my gaming heydays. That was what I grew up with and what got me into gaming. But this generation might look back to, do you think they'll look back to a PlayStation 4, an Xbox One X, and say, yeah, this is my retro gaming right here, or even a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a lot of people didn't start gaming until these systems.
Right.
There were some people born after a lot of systems were gone. There's some people, their era's PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
Some will be PlayStation 2. I mean, for my son, he's getting in gaming. His is the Xbox One.
Right.
That's his generation's Nintendo.
Right.
It's kind of odd thinking about it. When Nintendo was out for me, I was just like, man, this is the greatest thing since the Ritz cracker. Now,
Ritz crackers is good, man.
I know, man. With some tuna
I'm with you
salad.
there.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
man, with guava and cheese.
Oh, dude.
Man.
What we said?
What
Gotta
was
have a
we
little.
talking about?
I know. Right?
But yeah, but
Well,
it's just really cool to think about that though. Like, retro gaming and what it means and what is it going to mean for generations that, were kind of like past our generation, NES, SNES. They probably jumped into the fray with the PlayStation 3, maybe, the Xbox 360, this generation. And when they look back and they go, man, these were the games.
yeah, but for now, I'm content. I'm happy. I'm glad that gaming has come to where it's come to, but it still has a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping after my time is done with gaming, that I've retired, hung up the sticks, that the new generation can take over and send it to even better heights than it's already have been at. So that's all I hope for in gaming. I mean,
Well,
it's done a lot for me.
I hope I'll have the strength to play. I mean, I can't see a point in my life, obviously, unless I physically can't,
This,
that I won't play a game.
this brother gonna be in diapers like, hey, give me my sticks.
I mean, it's not even about like being in a place of denial, but like you said, if I'm still able to play, man, I'm gonna play. And maybe it might be something chill like this Animal Crossing. Like, I don't know if you've come across the video on YouTube about I think she's 88 or something, 88-year-old grandmother who's been like on Animal Crossing, like, I don't know, since forever or something, and she just shares like her island and what she's done, and it's just really cool. And I'm like, wow, the lady's 88 and she's still playing the game. I'm like, that's cool.
Hey,
that's cool.
She got the perfect mind body. I mean, at 88, if there was a game I could sit down and grind out, because I ain't got nothing else better to do, I would like to go out like that. But I know me.
Yeah.
And I still got a list of games I need to beat at least once more in my lifetime. And then they got more games down the pipeline that make me want to keep playing. Resident Evil 4 Remake has just been greenlit. So I'm like, I get to see a remake of one of the greatest games of all time. Remade better, so long as they don't screw it up. I want to see it and play it with my own eyes. So yeah, I got things to look forward to, and I want them to come, and I want to play them.
Yeah, and it's funny how you say about that, like, it's not even like it's a remake on an old school game. And that's what's like, I think there's like a market and a niche market for that, because the old school, quote unquote, old school gamers, depending what, era you coming from, eventually you're going to get a remake of something you love and you're going to play it. And it's really, it really hits both markets. The people who've never played it, and then those old school gamers, who had the original experience on whatever console that was.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Let me move on to the next thing, Jay, and I've been enjoying the conversation. But CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk, what, 2077 is it?
Yes, sir.
Are you in any way remotely interested in that game?
All right, let me be 100%. I'm about to say something very blasphemous.
Uh-oh.
So those of you, y'all can go ahead and lay into me, but I have never, ever graced a CD Projekt Red game before.
Oh, yeah, we know. We've told you like a million times to play Witcher 3, but no, you won't. You got time for everything else, but not Witcher 3. You can go play Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War like 16 times, turn the game over upside down, left and right, but you can't play Witcher. You can't even put a good like 10 hours into Witcher 3.
Oh, I was gonna say,
man.
See, y'all hyped The Witcher up so much And I'm
Nah,
looking
don't
at
put this on us now.
y'all have hyped it
No.
up so much
Nah, man.
that I'm going to throw down some money on CD Project Red's Cyberpunk. All right, I've already made it up in my mind that I might buy one of their premium editions because I want to support the developers and how they handle things there. I think they're a great bunch. I think that, supporting a team like that that's very open, give me game delays. Just be upfront about it.
Yeah.
Don't lay it out like some kind of woe is me. Look, we having some problems. We
Mm-hmm.
want to get this fixed. We pushing it back.
And
And
and they don't even have to do that.
but it works. And look,
Yeah.
look at the reception they got. Everybody was like, "Cool,
Yeah.
no problem."
Yeah. Well, I mean, and when I mean that they don't have to do that, it's like they are completely independent. Like they don't have a PlayStation or a Microsoft, hovering over them, telling them, "Hey, this is your deadline. You got to hit this." They're completely 100% independent. And that's not to say that Sony or Xbox would do that, but they have that freedom. They have that freedom that they can say, you know what, we're not gonna put out the game until it's done, and when it's done, then we'll put it out.
Well, and that's the beauty of CD Projekt Red is, even though I wish most of the companies could hold up like CD Projekt Red, but they are now bigger than Ubisoft,
Right.
Activision. Like they are now the biggest group. But see, the thing is, they take their time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you turn around, whether it be Activision, whether it be Ubi, what are we looking for? Recall.
Right.
Another edition. We need bugs. It's like, get it right the first time. I can understand bugs here and there, but not a whole like we got to take our time and remake the whole game because we screwed up. Anthem. Oh, sorry, I had to.
Oh yeah, you bring that up again. My goodness. I mean, that's you didn't kick the dead horse, bro. You dug him up, resurrected him, nursed him back to life, and then killed him again. Like that's not.
Hey.
But we know what you mean. I mean, and we've been down that rabbit hole before, and I agree with you. The thing I'm impressed is what I hear recently, and depending on when you hear this, it might not be recent, but it's another feather in the cap, you might say, something else to get excited about. And to the credit of CD Projekt Red, you can take it 100% to the bank with this company. They say that their Cyberpunk game, is going to be huge, on the scale of Witcher 3. And if you've never played Witcher 3, Jay, then you won't have a clue what they're talking about. But I guess you'll experience it when, you turn around and play Cyberpunk. But they're talking about the world. I mean, Witcher is easily, I want to say 50, 60 plus hours of gameplay. I mean, if you burn through it, you probably can do it quicker. But if you do all the side missions, which are completely relevant, different, varied, they're not just cut and paste, you can be playing a game that's 100 plus hours easily.
Well, and I know once again, CD Projekt Red is no slouch. That's why Witcher is probably one of the best-selling RPGs, first-person wise anyway, that has ever been seen. And I think,
well, it's not a first-person; it's a third-person game.
Is it third? I thought it was first-person.
No, Witcher 3 is third-person.
Am I thinking the Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, that's why you probably never played it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't like the Elder Scrolls, but that's just me.
Anyways. Oh man, be careful now. People are crucifying for some Elder Scrolls.
Well, I'm talking to you, and you brought up Elder Scrolls, and I'm like, don't talk to me about Elder Scrolls because you've never played what you're saying right now could be the greatest, RPG. And Witcher is a heavy hitter. I'm just sorry.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Witcher don't even come close to anything RPG in my category. RPGs for a minute.
Well, that's why you haven't played it, because, you know, you just a hater like that. That's all.
Oh, I'm a hater now?
Yeah. You talking now? You saying it doesn't come close to anything on your radar or anything, but you never played it. How you gonna say that? Come on, Jay.
Dude,
Let's be real.
I can rattle off RPGs that some people have heard of. Some people
haven't. I understand, and you might be right. Okay, as far as like, you know, great RPGs, I give you that. I can't talk to you about RPGs because that's not my genre, to be honest. But you gotta play Witcher 3 and let it weigh in. Once you weigh in on Witcher 3 after you've played it, then come back and say, hey, okay.
All right, I tell you what. Which Witcher 3 do I need to buy?
Witcher 3.
Just plain out Witcher 3.
Plain old Witcher 3. And that's another thing, guys, that and I'm gonna hit you over the head with this, Jay. That when CD Projekt Red was talking about an experience for Cyberpunk 2077, that it will be content-wise, like worldwide, and content-wise, like The Witcher 3, they're also talking about like the additional expansion content, which alone, those expansions for Witcher 3, there was like 2 of them. Each of those were like a whole new video game. They were like 40 plus hours each. And that was just like add-on content. And so if they're going to do the same thing for Cyberpunk, that's going to be nuts.
Well, like I said, I'm more than willing and ready to sit down and
you got Game Pass, right?
Yeah, you know I got Game Pass.
Well, I think Witcher is on Game Pass. Witcher 3.
This brother is like, look.
I'm just saying. It's there. It's right there.
Hold on. I'm on my Xbox right now.
Ladies and gentlemen. Watch. When we come back in the next podcast, if he actually does go and play it, because he's playing like 1,200 games right now on his PlayStation. But if he actually does play, he's probably going to be hooked on it. He's going to be like, wow, why didn't I play this sooner? Like, this is the game I need to play.
See, why are you so like happy and interested that you just know that this game right here?
Because I know you, Jay. I think this game is like right up your alley. I mean, I played the game. I've put into The Witcher, I want to say maybe like 30 hours, maybe a little bit more. And I've been taking my sweet time, and I got to go back actually and pick it up and play. But me taking my time and just playing the game, that game is it's its own experience. Like you just mentioned Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft can make any franchise into an open world franchise. Like, I have no doubt that they can reboot any series. I think I've been hearing people talking about how cool, again, this is people's opinions, how cool it would be if Splinter Cell was like an open world game. I don't know how I feel about that, but, you know, whatever. But The Witcher 3, that world is special, bro. It's made in such a way. Every NPC character that you come across and quest line, the side quest line and stuff that you do, there's nothing cut and paste. Everything feels relevant. Everything, brother. I'm telling you. I can't. I'm talking to you about a game that's how old?
Not sure how.
It's several years old. It's probably like good 4 years old already or more. But the game, I played it because I heard a lot of hype about it. I've never played the Witcher game. Didn't even know it was like a book series or anything like that. You know, this was way before Netflix came out with, you know, the little series, which I can't wait for series 2. But when I finally popped in that game and I got past the first, because it took me like a good 6 hours. When I got through the 6 hours of the intro, because I didn't know it was an intro, and that world map opened up, I was like, oh my, there's something special here. And I was looking for like to get bored with the game. It didn't happen. Like I never felt that I was running a mission or a side quest that I felt like, man, I did this one before. Never.
Okay, well,
Like never.
all right.
I'm not exaggerating on that.
To put The Witcher behind us, ladies and gentlemen, I am on Xbox Game Pass right now, and I am looking at Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the Game of the Year edition. Just all of them in one.
There you go.
I am now going to get this and play. I'm going to give this game a chance. I'm going to play The Witcher 3. And the next time I'm on the podcast, we will talk about The Witcher 3. And if you guys would like to see that, we can definitely have it arranged. My actual never played Witcher 3. If you guys want to, practically see my reactions and watch me play it for the first time, I know everybody does it, but hey, we just trying to push more content. If you want to see it, ask for it. Leave a comment.
Well, I want to see. Next time we jump on here, we're gonna fire up the podcast, and you're gonna be playing Witcher 3. I want to see where you're at, and your impressions. I want to hear. I want to hear the impressions from you.
Or do you want to live stream a podcast of me firing up Witcher 3 as we doing this, and we do commentary on the game?
We can
and do that too.
I want you to play it. Don't wait for the podcast. Play the game wherever you're at. When we come back next week or a couple of days from now, whatever, when the next time the next podcast is, maybe next week, we'll fire it up and we'll get there. Because I'm gonna have to probably go back and brush up on my Witcher 3 gaming as well.
40 gigs.
Yeah, you could just bump some of those games you play like a million times already. Just bump them.
So hold on now. The Witcher 3 is a story-driven, next generation, open world role-playing game.
Yes.
Set in a visually stunning.
Yes.
Fantasy universe.
Yes.
Full of meaningful choices.
Yes.
Impactful consequences.
Yes.
And in The Witcher, you play as a professional monk.
Yes.
Geralt of
Riviera.
Tasked with it does not even say Riviera. That ain't Riviera.
It's Geralt.
Is it
he
Riviera?
Talks like this.
What is he trying to be, like some kind of monster Batman?
Have you seen the Netflix series, The Witcher?
Oh, dude, I burned through that. That was a really
good. Man, real good. Well, play the game.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's see. Geralt of Rivia. Oh, hold on. Since you being all sexy with it, so I guess it'd be Geralt.
Come on, man. Put some bass in that, and it's Geralt.
Oh,
no.
see.
He didn't say
Geralt.
Geralt is like jelly.
Like that. Put some bass in your voice.
Geralt. He's like, yeah.
He's tasked with finding a child of prophecy in a vast open world.
I can't wait till you play this game. I really can't wait. I can't wait because I know you're going to tell me this game is just, you was right. I know, I can hear you saying, I can see it with a big smile on your face. Yeah. You're going to put away all them games you playing right now. That's going to be the game you're going to be on.
Hold on. Do I need to get Gwent too? Because I remember you.
No. Don't fall in that trap.
I remember you, man. I gotta play some Gwent today.
Yo, Gwent is dope. The thing I stopped Gwent was they started making all these other changes in it from the original Gwent in the game, and I was like, look, I have the cards, the actual cards, because I actually picked up Witcher 3 for the PlayStation the first time I got it. And I got the physical hard copy upstairs in my closet and the expansions. And the expansion sets came with the Gwent cards. So I got them cards.
okay, that's dope.
Yeah. It is. It's cool. And playing the original Gwent game, it's really cool. It's
Okay,
really
you know
cool.
what, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna hear it first. He came back.
What?
If I gotta play,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm 100%.
Nah, this ain't gonna
If I
be.
gotta
Oh,
play,
I'm gonna play this if you play this. No, you've
no.
never played Witcher 3. Never.
And you've never played Resident Evil 2 remake.
I was gonna pick it up the other day, and guess what? They bumped it back up to $40. I ain't paying $40. Nope.
Hold on, let's see what's on Game Pass that we can possibly get this brother to play.
Nah, I'm playing.
Nah, we gotta.
I'm
play
playing
something.
what I'm playing, brother.
No, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. How about we get this brother to play something? I know he'll play. I know you'll play Doom.
Play what? Doom?
Doom. 2016 Doom, not Doom Eternal.
I started what? Oh, the first Doom. I've been playing Doom.
So you played Doom?
Yeah.
So you already played Doom.
I played Doom on console and on the PC. I actually enjoy it better on the PC.
Well, first-person shooters are built for PCs.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like because the frame rate. I love the speed of it on the computer. It's beautiful. But no, I like Doom.
Yeah, Doom Eternal, man.
Yeah, Doom is cool. That's cool. That Doom 2016. I haven't played the new one, but I'm hearing good things about it. Well, mixed reviews. Some people didn't like the platforming part of it that they added into it, but I can't comment here or there because I haven't played it. So, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh no, we got. You know what? It's not on here.
What?
Hold on, let me see.
He trying to look for something to make me play.
You know what? It's okay. Here we go. And I know you don't have it, but I know you'll play it. If I start up Witcher 3, go to Game Pass and get a Batman Return to.
I got that, bro.
But did you play it though?
Yes, I played it. I haven't beat it, but I played it.
Okay, you know what? To get Alien Isolation, I'm just gonna throw a random game out.
Alien Isolation, I played back in the days. I'm not interested in playing no Alien Isolation, man.
I can't even buy this, brother. I can't even get this, brother. Wait, do you have the Rare Replay?
Do I have Rare Replay? I gotta check and see if I got it. Probably not. There's only like probably one game on there that I would play.
If you got Rare Replay, then you need to go ahead and play Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
No. I played Banjo. As a matter of fact, I played on the 360.
Oh, see, I can't. Can I not pick a game for you to play?
I'm just saying, like, you talking about games. I touched all these games. Now, mind you, Banjo, it was cool. I can see how people had, fun with it and whatever. And now I'm not going to try to criticize it or whatever because it just wasn't for me. But the game was cool. It was fun. It's okay for what it was. I don't see what the hype is about. Oh, you got to bring back Banjo for the Series X. Like, no, man. Why? No. I don't want that. I don't want it. Now, people might want it, and there might be a big following, but not me. I don't want it.
Well, people going to want what they want, not want.
Of course. But, I mean, it's like rumors that went around and still going around about, Xbox, and this is a rumor, buying Sega.
That don't make no sense to me.
Well, you see, like that's my point. Like, it don't make no sense to you, but some people might be like, "Oh yeah, Sega got this game and this game and this game, and Xbox could just remake this and this and yeah, they're probably right about it, but
it's not that simple though."
Well,
just because you bought people, I hope you guys understand. Just because you buy a certain company doesn't mean you get all of those licenses. Because there's usually some deals behind some of those licenses.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot talk tonight.
No, you're good.
And so certain companies can't just be like, "Hey, well, we produced this game, we made it, but this company that helped us get us out, they own the rights or they own the rights or the title to it. So they won't be able to just send it out. They got to go to the other company."
Right, right. I mean, that's
You know?
like when Xbox was talking about, the backwards compatible program and how there's still a bunch of games that have not been able to been put on the platform because, there's a lot of license issues there.
Yeah.
Music and art and, stuff we don't think about. But it's in the game and, we can't do nothing about it and we might never get those titles.
Oh, not at
So,
all. But
but
at the end of the day,
but there's nothing that I want. I mean, I don't want a new Ultra Beast. Why? I don't want a new Sonic the Hedgehog. Why? Like, that's just me. I'm not saying if somebody wants a brand new, Sonic the Hedgehog, they can't want that. I don't. I don't want that.
well, you don't have to buy it. So I mean, that conversation doesn't pertain to you. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying the same thing like with you just mentioned Banjo. I don't want a new Banjo, but there's maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of people who want that, and I'm like, cool, that's good.
Yeah, it depends. It's a cost-effective thing. If it's gonna make them money, they'll make it. That's just what's going.
My opinion in this is like, okay, like I didn't want to talk about this, but now that we're talking about Banjo and bringing, old IPs back, like the rumor and people are talking about it like it's actually a thing. I haven't seen anything verified, but Joanna Dark, Perfect Dark, okay?
Oh yeah.
People talking about it like that's what the initiative is working on, but a reimagining of that title. You're using the Perfect Dark name, the label, but you're completely reimagining that game. Like they're talking about Fable, and who's the company doing that?
Well, wouldn't Fable pretty much like to open you pretty much end the story the way you want to end it, kind of thing?
Yeah, your choices had consequences whether you went, to the, you were evil or good at the end. I've never played Fable, okay, so I can't even explain and go into depth. But from what I hear from the cult following on that game, there's some people that are like, oh, bring back that Fable. Well, that company, what, Lionhead was the one that made Fable. That company broke apart. Those people are no longer there. That studio doesn't exist. The one that's working on it right now is Turn 10. And again, it's like a 99.9% fact. Not that it has been revealed or anything like that. But I want Turn 10 to make their own version of that game. Not look at the old one and say, okay, all we're going to do is just make it look prettier.
Well, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, Turn 10 is a studio that brings you Forza. So seeing them try their hand at Fable will be an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's like Gorilla on PlayStation when all they made was what's his game? I want to forget. You're the PlayStation guy. What was the first person
shooter? So you know
shooter?
what? You just not gonna keep throwing that in my face.
What was the first person shooter that Gorilla made? Oh my god, the name just slipped.
Which PlayStation did it come out on?
It was called Shadow something. It was. It's been on all of them. It's a first person shooter. It usually came around like launch time. Anyways, because Gorilla went on from making a first person shooter to making an open world game called Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, and Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't even played that yet. And that game I heard masterpiece.
Yeah, but you got to play Witcher 3, so don't even start talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is dope, though. It's dope. I got deep into it, too. That's a game that I got to go back and play.
Well, you still in the middle of playing and knocking me for playing PlayStation 4. This brother is putting up video content for the PlayStation.
Yeah, oh no, I said I was going to go through The Last of Us Remastered, that this time around I'm going to knock it out. And I still stand on what I said during that podcast and our conversation when you asked me about what would I rate it. I have found on just a couple of occasions that the game has I've seen the bugs in it,
Yeah.
and and gotten like stuck in certain areas where I've had to kind of like wipe and restart. And I still stand on that 8, that score of an 8, because not because of that, but because I feel personally playing it now that it has overstayed its welcome for me. Like, it's been a long game.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't remember it being so long. Like, I got way past the part, the winter. Now I'm in spring. So I don't know if there's gonna be a summer, but I think I'm at the end now or getting near the end, because Joel and Ellie were having that conversation, and they see the giraffes and all that other stuff. And if you guys haven't played it, you'll have no clue. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they kind of had the conversation like, okay, we've come all this way, let's finish this, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, because I'm ready to be done with this game.
So you fought the boss in the little frozen hut and all that with
Yeah,
Ellie.
whatever. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that boss
Yeah.
fight.
I don't want to like ruin it in case people haven't played it, because I'm one of those that didn't play it.
I just said boss fight in a hut. They don't need to know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't a hut. It was like a restaurant or something. It was on fire.
But it was dope.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. But that's where I found the bug. Like, I had got there and everything, and then I went to the door to open it. It didn't open. He was outside, and he lights the restaurant on fire, but he don't come in.
That brother trying to burn you alive. That's what he's trying to do.
But the fire wasn't spreading or nothing. And even when I was doing the boss fight, again, no spoilers, there was a point where I jumped out from like behind cover after like having like stabbed him up a couple times, and he just stood there like a dummy, and I shot him. Like, I unloaded like a whole clip on him, like 8 bullets, and then all of a sudden, I mean, he didn't move. He was like completely still. And then all of a sudden he like ran right by me and went off to some other section, like, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, this dude should be dead. I filled him full of holes. Like, what's the deal? But yeah, it is what it is.
And then the Nathan Drake collection just came out, man.
Nathan Drake. Again, Uncharted, the last one for me was long. Even that third one felt a bit long in the tooth.
Part 2 was the best one ever.
Yeah, and part 2 was pretty dope.
And I know a lot of people that will swear by that.
Yeah, but most of the time, Jay, you can say this and agree probably that most of the time when games in a series come out, it's the second one that nails it.
Yeah, I can name a couple.
Yeah, it's the second one
that just sent it over the edge. Yeah. I can name a couple bad sequels too now. We can all do that. Yeah,
but like Uncharted, I played through all of them. I beat all of them. I mean, I think is one of the few series that actually like I was like, I gotta play this game because I gotta see where like this winds up. And the last one for me, even though it looked beautiful, it played well, it just felt like it dragged on just a bit too long for me. Just a bit too long. Like, I was exhausted by the time I finished that game. And that's how I was feeling like, that's how I'm feeling like with The Last of Us, to be honest. It was just like, this game's a bit too long.
It's a good grind though, man. I mean, you got to think about your moves. You're right there at the end of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a narrative, story-driven game, which I appreciate. I love games like that. And going back to The Witcher 3, that's what Witcher 3 is. It's a narrative. And at no point, I can't stress that enough to you, Jay. At no point did I ever feel that anything that I was doing, like on a little side quest for somebody else or whatever, was like a waste of time. Because everything felt relevant. Everything. And that's what makes that game, to me, like just a jewel. Because I don't think I've ever played a game like that I felt like everything I did felt pertinent. And I'm not talking about a game loop. I'm talking about everything felt individually important.
Okay.
That's the only way I can describe it. Like everything was relevant. Yeah, and that's
But
why it took me so long to get out of that first area. 'Cause- yeah, because you going on these missions and these side little quests, and you think, oh, this is the game, this is dope. But then you get past that, and everybody has seen this, so it's not a spoiler. But you get past the Griffin, which is what you're hired to do. Then that game opens up. It's like, okay, that was the prelude. That was the introduction so that you can learn how to maneuver your character and all that other stuff. Okay, now let's start playing the game for real.
Well, they gotta make sometimes they gotta make you work for it.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool. But you know what, Jay? Just like the Last of Us remaster is getting long in the tooth, that's how I feel this podcast is getting. We about an hour and a half. Well, actually an hour and a half already in. I think the conversation's been great. To be honest, I would love to just keep talking and chatting about other stuff and whatnot, but I think we're gonna cut it here. What do you think?
Well, in other words, ladies and gentlemen, this is code for I'm old. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, okay. Any of y'all listening to this, we recorded this. It's 12:16 a.m. Tuesday, April 21st on the East Coast, okay? So
don't let this brother use his mind tricks on you.
I'm just gonna state the facts because this DFG community of mine, I love them, but they're snoring at 9 o'clock. Talking about, we're gonna play tonight after wrestling.
Hey, check me out. I can't say nothing, but I'm quite guilty of that myself, ladies and gentlemen.
But you don't watch wrestling, do you? Please tell me you don't watch wrestling.
I watched it back in the day.
Oh, okay. Because it ain't real, right?
Wow, really?
I'm just saying,
I tell you what. Would you want to do what they do?
Who they? What? The people we talking about? Watch wrestling?
No, I'm talking about, would you want to do what a wrestler does? Go out there and throw yourself off everything?
No, man. There's no way. Like, let me tell you, wrestling back in the days, it was fun for what it was. I watched wrestling, WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, George the Animal Steel, all them people, everybody, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, all them guys. But I knew it was real. I mean, I knew that it was real. Like, I knew that. It's a soap opera, bro.
This brother ruining dreams and everything else, right?
Ruining dreams. Listen, some of y'all gonna catch this podcast, like, who knows, man, like 3 years from now or something, and you're gonna listen to this, it ain't gonna crush you like that. Y'all gonna be laughing.
Know, man.
Ain't nobody listening to this now, so.
People take things so serious nowadays.
Oh, man.
You say something crazy, what they do, they flip out. Oh, Lord, you talking.
I feel sorry for you. If you're one of those persons, they're like, oh, my God, no, wrestling is not real. Oh, no. Sorry. Let me just tell you this. Santa Claus ain't real either. Neither is the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy.
Hey, that Cadbury bunny be leaving me some good eggs.
Yeah, it ain't the bunny, that's for sure. And if there's some bunny running around leaving eggs, I don't think I want to touch them eggs. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, don't mess with the Cadbury bunny now. The Cadbury bunny, that's my boy.
Brother, it's like the bunny in this game for what they called it. They didn't call it Easter. They called it Bunny Day or something. There was a game. There was a bunny character NPC in this game I'm playing, Animal Crossing. Man, every time I saw that bunny character, I was like, this character gives me the creeps. I couldn't wait for the day to be over.
Wow, it was like that, brother?
Yeah, it was creepy, bro. I was like, nope. Can't deal with this bunny. Can't deal with all them eggs. Whatever. Anyways. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys were, above all, entertained. I know we said we were going to put out some more content. We don't just do this podcast, which is usually once a week. We try to put it out there, and just like you heard this one, we jumped in there, talk about PlayStation, talk about CD Projekt Red, some retro gaming. we never know where the conversation is gonna go. We try to give it some direction, but it is what it is. But we also put out content here. I have a couple of tutorials if you guys are interested. Look up how to set up your streaming done right through xCloud, excuse me, not iCloud, xCloud on your Xbox, and how to use your Xbox as a hub, as a server. I have a couple of videos on that. I think I did one recently on why you actually buy a gaming chair. Check that out. I still haven't uploaded my building of my chair, but I thought it was hilarious anyways. But yeah, and we do gameplay, of course. I'm going through The Last of Us Remastered, playing some Animal Crossing, and whatever else comes to mind. Eventually we'll be doing other things. Jay's finally gonna play some Witcher 3. So he says. We'll see. He's got a week.
Play The Witcher 3.
We'll see.
Trust me, guys. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
What else I got to do?
Yeah. He's got a bunch of other games on PlayStation, but hopefully he'll play Witcher 3. Give it a shot, and then we're gonna come back in episode 20 to talk about that, God willing, here. Anyways, we are on Mixer at mixer.com/endtime, XEND, That's also my gamer tag. And of course, you can catch DarkDad99, aka Jay, on mixer.com. And of course, we're here on Drama Free Gaming on YouTube. Excuse me. Jay, give us an outro, and then I'll wrap us up here before we head out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we are all going through trouble, but remember, stay strong. Keep your head up. There's always a brighter future. Take care of yourselves and be smart.
All right.
Happy nights and happy gaming.
All right, guys. So as always, as we tell you, as we're signing off here, be good to one another, do good, and as always, keep your gaming and your life drama free. Later, people.
Peace.